Hi, I'm Finn, and I love wrestling. And I'm in an area that I'm not usually in, so that I can, show off the fact that I like this one. That belt's really nice. I like that guy. He passed, but he's really cool. He's cool. That sucks ass. Has it been long enough in the video? I don't know. Long story short, today I'm fantasy booking, baby. And I'm booking the Royal Rumble for January 29th. Or the 30th? I don't remember when it's happening. It's happening this Saturday. And I am so excited. I love Rumbles, and today I'm fantasy booking one. Why? Because I can do it better. And remember, kids, this isn't what I think is going to happen. It's what I want to happen. So, let's just get straight into it. Who comes out at number one in this 30-man Rumble? Who should come out first and work their ass off and get everybody's attention and everybody in on it? Maybe a big company guy like I don't know, Sheamus or maybe somebody who's from NXT, maybe Braun Breaker, maybe a big guy. We can redo the whole Kane in 2001 thing and throw out Braun Strowman maybe. No, how about we just put Dominic Mysterio out there first, because fuck him. Everybody hates him. Let's put him out there and just have him get his ass whooped. So out comes Dominic Mysterio. He comes out, he's fucking got the Rock behind him and everything. He comes out, and he's waiting for number two. He's doing his little weird, lanky-ass jig. And out comes no music. R-Truth just comes down. He walks up to Dom, and he hands him a briefcase and says he's cashing in on Damian Priest to take his spot in the Judgment Day. R-Truth then promptly exclaims, "Oh, sorry, my bad, wrong pay-per-view," and he leaves. And everybody pops because it's an R-Truth spot. And everyone loves a good R-Truth spot. It's R-Truth. And out comes the real number two, because why don't we just, ruin Dominic Mysterio's entire life? It's Bobby Lashley. He comes out. He's ready to fucking kill Dominic. Alright, cool. And Dominic is fucking terrified. Anyways, match starts. Dominic rolls under the ropes, gets the fuck out of Dodge, and the Street Profits promptly grab Dominic and throw him back in the ring. Bobby Lashley then kills him with a spear. Dominic does not get up from this. Bobby chills in the corner waiting again. Dominic, after, 8 decades, finally stands up, hoping maybe he could keep all of his bones, and then promptly gets fucking murdered by Bobby again. Out comes number three, because maybe we can't let Bobby just kick Dom's ass the entire time. He comes out dressed in black. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Nobody knows. And it's Andrade! Oh boy, Cianalo. He's back! He comes out, he jumps in, acting like a good boy, saying he's going to help Dominic, helps Dom up, goes over to Bobby, sees that Bobby Lashley is Bobby fucking Lashley, and says, yeah, alright. And then he promptly hoofs Dom in the cock, wraps him up for that weird, hammerlock DDT thing, and then stands up and gets promptly anally rearranged by Bobby, because Bobby walks up, grabs him, and just fucking hoofs him out as far as he physically can, just by Andrade. Welcome back to the company, get the fuck out of my ring. Yeah. Bobby then chills in the corner dancing like he does, and out comes number four, maybe somebody who can, fucking hit Lashley. It's Gunther. Why is it Gunther? Well, because I'm still not over the fact that they call him Walter. He used to be Walter, now he's Gunther. He's here, alright? Gunther comes out, and he sees Bobby, and he says, "I'm better than you, fuck you." And chops the ever-loving fuck out of Lashley. Lashley then promptly dies, and, well, what he has to do is deal with Dom. So Gunther grabs him, sets him up for a powerbomb, and then promptly fucking kills him. Straight up like manslaughter, powerbomb, and Dom actually falls into little ice cubes. It's great. Gunther gets up, dances for a second, realizes that Bobby Lashley is up against the ropes, and promptly says, "Oh, I did this last year. I know what I'm doing." Bonk. And Lashley's fucking dead. Why is he dead? Final boss of the video game is Gunther, baby. That's him right there. Pretend he's in this picture every time. So Gunther then promptly sees Dominic Mysterio, says, "You know what? I have respect." And he helps him up, shakes his hand, and then just fucking power bombs him again. And again. And again. And again. Until out comes number 5, someone who might help Dom. It's Finn Balor, baby. He runs out, hops over the ropes, and starts slapping and kicking and elbowing and all that. Gunther just beating the fuck out of him. Until Gunther says, "Oh yeah, you're not 8 feet tall." Powerbombs the fuck out of Finn Balor. Why? Fuck your purple. Fuck your purple. He powerbombs Finn, turns into a drop kick from Dom that sends him back into the ropes. And instead of letting that happen, he just comes back and clotheslines the ever-loving shit out of Dominic. Out comes number 3. It's JD McDonough, who is promptly murdered because he looks like Farquaad. So Gunther sees him, powerbombs him, and just gets rid of him. But after he gets rid of him, Dominic hits him with a low blow. Wham! He doesn't fall because he's got nuts of steel. He's Gunther. He doesn't feel pain. He takes his nut shot, turns around, and fucking kills Dom. Out comes number 7. Out comes number 7. It's Randy Orton. Why is Randy Orton here? Because he lost earlier in the night. He lost. He didn't win the Fatal 4-Way. So he's here, and the first thing he does is he sees Dominic and says, "Fuck that guy." RKO. Why? Because fuck Dominic. What type of dumbass question? Kill him. He hits him with an RKO. He then turns to Finn. He turns to Gunther. And out comes number 8. It's Jimmy Uso. Why is it Jimmy Uso? Because fuck it. He comes out. He comes out and is promptly met with a "fuck you." Because Randy says, "I don't forget." RKO. And Jimmy's dead. Jimmy doesn't exist anymore. He rolls out of the ring. He's dead. Not eliminated, but he's dead. Next, out comes number 9. Who is it? Who could come out at number 9? Who could this be? It's Cody Rhodes. Rhodes comes out, sees Orton, goes, "Hey, I know you." Orton goes, "Hey, I know you." And then they promptly beat the fuck out of Gunther. Why? Because fuck you. They do it for a second. Cody goes for a crossroads. And Gunther says, "No." And then he fucking powerbombs him. He turns to Orton. Orton says, "Whoa, big fella." And Gunther says, "Powerbomb." Why? Because fuck you. Next up, who would come out? It's my boy Xavier Woods. He comes out, jumps in, and says, "I know what this motherfucker can do." And he promptly kills Jimmy. He sees Jimmy Uso, goes, "I know what this guy can do." And he nails him with the honor roll. Why? Because it's a goofy looking, funny move, and I like it. He hits him, he picks him up, tries to eliminate him, and then as he throws him over, he grabs the ropes. Xavier walks over, and out comes Kofi Kingston. "Kofi's here!" And Xavier gets a moment of, "Aw, I know him." And then they meet in the middle and they do the, "I know you. I know you too." And then they hug. And as they're hugging, Gunther says, "Fuck you both." And just suplexes them. He just grabs them both and says, "Fuck you." Why? Because fuck you. He just kills them both. Jimmy then sees Gunther and hits him with a nasty fucking super kick. He falls back, bounces off the rope, and fucking kills Jimmy. Out comes number 11. It's Jey Uso. Because more family drama. Jey comes out. He gets into the ring. He nails Gunther with a super kick. Gunther doesn't fucking respond. Nails him with a second one. A third one. A fourth one. Jimmy hits him with one. Wham. Jey hits him with one. Wham. And then they finally get him to his knees, and they hit their old-fashioned double super kick together. And Gunther promptly says, ow. No, but fuck you both. And he just stands up and clotheslines them both. Why? Because fuck them both. Out comes number 12. What's going on here? Whoa, it's a blast from the past. It's Carlito, and he's cool, and he spits on people that aren't cool. He comes out and he fucking bounces off the ropes into an RKO. Why? Because just redo the spot. You know the one. Carlito, like, fucking diving, and then Randy is like, and kills him. So he just dies. He dies immediately. Why is he dead? Because fucking that's why. But Jimmy and Jay stand up and see each other and do the whole, I know you. I know you too. And then they super kick each other. What happens then? Jay promptly doesn't respond, says, I'm a babyface now. Hogan time. What's that mean? Bye, Jimmy. See you, bud. Ah, fuck. It's Xavier Woods and Kofi. I didn't think about that. Wham. Trouble in Paradise. Jay hits the ground. And then Xavier turns. Kofi turns. And Gunther's big ass is looking down at him like, bitch. And they both say, fuck. And then they promptly get hit. Not by a double clothesline. One clothesline to both of them. And they both sell the shit out of it. Why? Because Gunther now has to pay attention to someone else. What in the fuck is he breathing for? And it's stinky little Dominic Mysterio and Andrade, who is sorta in it. You get it. And they fucking rush Gunther. Gunther promptly hoofs Dom in the cock and then gets rid of Andrade again. He then turns, notices Kofi Kingston is still breathing, and says, oh yeah. And just drop kicks him, picks him up, and says, goodbye. Kofi lands on Andrade and promptly says, in Spanish, get me back in there. And Andrade says, oh, respect. You speak my language. And he puts him up there. And he is promptly fucking murdered by one angry-ass Jey Uso, who simply says, bitch. And just fucking Kofi back flops. Just perfect little bump. Xavier then gets pissed off and says, power of friendship. Productivity. And he fucking nails the ropes, comes in, big-ass forearm to my boy Jay. Jay says, oh shit, that hurted. Xavier then says, bitch, lost in the woods. Jay does that thing where he goes, ow. And then Xavier promptly says, oh yeah, I'm good at wrestling. And out-wrestles the fuck out of Jay. And Jay's like, oh shit, I can't wrestle. Oh shit, I'm getting my ass beat. Before Gunther promptly says, I'm sorry, you're American? And Xavier's like, I mean, yeah. And then Gunther promptly says, not in my ring, goodbye. And there he goes, he's gone, he's dead. Xavier promptly loses all of his Super Saiyan energy and dies right there. He's gone forever. What now? He's gone. Whatever shall we do? My fucking padding fell over, goddammit. I'm using that so that I have better audio. It's not going to be good, but still. And out comes number 15. Who is it? It's a new day. Yes, it is. And out comes Big E, who's back. Why? Because I said so. It's what I want to happen, not what I think will happen. He's back. He's safe. Big E comes out. He sees Xavier. He sees Kofi. He's like, "Urgh." And he gets in the ring. He sees Gunther. He goes, that's a big fucking guy. Oh, big boy. And then he promptly says, fuck that guy. And hits him with a big ending. Does he eliminate him? Sadly not. But he says, Big ending. He then turns his attention to the still breathing Jey Uso. Puts his hand out for a handshake. Jey takes it. He pulls him in. Big ending. Gets the fuck rid of him. Now in the ring, Dominic Mysterio, Big Man Gunther, Big Man Big E, and a sneaky little piece of shit that has pretended to not be here. It's that stupid fucking prick Finn. Finn tries to nail Gunther with a coup de grace, and instead is promptly met with, "Go fuck yourself," when Big E grabs him and just gives him a belly-to-belly out of the ring. Out comes number 6 chance, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre comes down. He looks at Gunther, says, "You beat me." He looks at Big E and says, "You beat me. Both of you have beat me on pay-per-view." He looks at Dominic Mysterio, poor, broken, battered Dom, and he just runs and fucking claymores the shit out of him. Dom says, Then Gunther looks at Drew and says, "That motherfucker hurts." Chops his fucking head off. He looked at Big E and said, "That motherfucker hurts." Chops his fucking head off. He grabs Dominic and says, "This guy fucking sucks," and gives him 3 power bombs and he rolls out. Gunther then waits for number 17. And then the music hits and out comes Brock Lesnar. Brock walks out, goes into the ring, promptly grabs Gunther, nails him with a big F5. He then turns his attention to Big E, says, "Big boy," grabs him, hits him with an F5, looks at Drew, says, "That leg hurts. What if I said nuh-uh?" Kicks him in the leg, picks him up, F5. He turns his attention to poor little Dominic Mysterio on the outside. He rolls out, grabs Dominic, lifts him up, F5s him through the announce table. Why? Fuck him. That's why. He then turns his attention back to the ring, sees that Gunther is breathing, walks in, hooks him in the cock, picks him up. Second F5. He then stands up, and out comes number 18. It's MJF. MJF comes out. It's MJF. MJF comes out, and as he's coming out, Cody Rhodes says, "Brock Lesnar's fucking scary." Crossroads. He takes him down, and Brock says, "Fuck you." And he stands up. Cody hits a 3rd one, a 4th one, a 5th one. And then Brock simply says, "No, fuck you." F5. MJF gets to the apron, looks at Brock Lesnar in the eyes, and says, "Nope," before getting down and promptly getting the fuck out of there. He goes over, him and Dom have a little moment of because, they're heels. They're going to work together. Meanwhile, Big E is trying to stand. Drew McIntyre is trying to stand. Cody Rhodes is trying to stand. And Brock Lesnar is sat there moving his boulder shoulders. And then he turns to a standing Drew, standing Gunther, standing Big E, standing Cody. Cody hits the ropes, comes up, disaster kick. Brock pretends it doesn't fucking hurt. Big E runs and clobs him with a big arm, just a big fucking lariat. Brock fucking takes it but doesn't go down. Gunther then walks up and chops the fuck out of him. He takes it and doesn't fucking respond. Drew McIntyre runs, claymores him in the fucking face. Brock stumbles, but then he gets back up. And the craziest fucking thing, everyone says, "You know what? Fuck Brock." We get a crossroads. Brock pops up out of it into a claymore. He pops up out of it into a big ending. He pops up out of it into a Gunther powerbomb. And then he pops up out of it. And he looks towards the ramp for some reason. He's stumbling and he looks up the ramp. And Dominic Mysterio creates the Maven spot from, Undertaker Maven spot. Drop kick. And Brock simply says, "Whoa!" out of the ring. And Dominic Mysterio just eliminated Brock fucking Lesnar. Fun. Dom is excited and he's all, "Yes! Let's fucking go!" And he turns around and gets his head kicked off by one pissed Drew McIntyre. Drew then turns around and gets fucking clobbered by Gunther, who turns around before taking a nasty suplex from one Biggest E. Big E turns his head, takes a crossroads, and then MJF walks up to fucking Cody, shakes his hand, turns his head down the screen, and they wait. Out comes number 20. Who could it be? Who? Who would come out at 20? Golly! Who could it be? Who? Who would come out at 20? It's Karrion Kross! He walks out, he gets in the ring, and he says, fuck both of you. He fucking big ass fucking like elbow thing. Cody says, and dies. MJF then looks at him and says, hey, no, and he gets the fuck out of Dodge. Then Kross is looking for a victim. He notices one Dominic Mysterio. He then says, fuck you, puts him in the cross jacket, and leans back. Because, fuck him, right? And Dominic dies. He's no longer breathing. He's dead. Kross gets up, and one irate Brock Lesnar gets up into the ring. He says, fuck all of you. He grabs poor Dominic Mysterio off the ground, just lift him up Spike Dudley style, and just hoof him out. He doesn't get eliminated, but he does take a nasty fucking bump. He then sees Kross standing, picks him up, gets rid of him. He then sees Cody, says, fuck that guy. He sees MJF. He says, fuck that guy. He sees Drew. He says, no, fuck that guy. He sees Big E, and he says, ooh, fuck this guy. And he eliminates Big E. He turns to Gunther, tries to eliminate him. Gunther then shoulder budges him, climbs in, knees him in the dick, and just suplexes him over the top, gets rid of him, he's gone. But now, Big E now has a match for Mania. It's going to be Big E versus Brock Lesnar. Fun. Jimmy and Jay are also going to butt heads, but that'll be built up throughout like the next couple months. Whereas Big E's just like, oi bitch, you eliminated me, fuck you. That's not how Big E sounds, but you get it. And Brock's like, big boy. Number 21 comes out. Who could 21 be? We just had a phenomenal couple things happen, and I'm sorry, it's Carmelo Hayes. Melo runs out. He notices everybody in the ring. He says, why are there two AEW guys in here? And he gets on the top rope, and he says, fuck you both! And just kills Cody and poor Dominic because MJF moved out of the way. MJF moves, thinking he's completely free, when he gets hoofed in the cock by a moving Dominic Mysterio before taking a nasty Claymore, trying to be eliminated. And then whenever Drew goes to eliminate him, he simply says, power to punch, you get it, diamond ring. Drew says, ow, I don't want it no more. Then, out comes number 22, because Carmelo might need some backup. It's Braun Breaker. Breaker comes down to the ring, notices a couple big men are there, and says, He then spears the fuck out of Drew, spears the fuck out of Cody, spears the ever-loving shit out of Gunther. He then makes eye contact with Carmelo. They're both smiling. They go for an awkward hug, an awkward handshake, an awkward fist bump. They can't get it right until they're both fucking murdered. MJF hits a nasty-ass dynamite ring on Braun. Meanwhile, Carmelo goes to help before getting a nut shot from one Dominic Mysterio, who promptly says, no, go fuck yourself, and gets rid of him. No disrespect of Carmelo, I'm trying to give Dominic wins. I'm trying to give Dominic little eliminations that he doesn't deserve. Braun simply says, oh, please, stop! MJF gets in the ring, says, I'm the winner. Drew McIntyre says, I'm the company guy, and promptly claymores him out of the ring. MJF dies. Number 23 is Damian Priest, who comes out and then just dies immediately. He takes a finisher from he takes a claymore. He takes a fucking spear from Braun. He takes a crossroads. He takes a nasty fucking, God, sorry, I'm having moments of wanting to shoot myself in the back of the head. He takes a bunch of moves, and then he's just promptly eliminated. Dominic tries to help him, doesn't work out. Then we get number 23, who, not gonna lie to you, 23 does not matter. It's Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is entering the Royal Rumble. Why? Because Roman wants every guy on his payroll to enter the ring so that they have a chance at going to Mania, so they can just lay down for him. And Paul Heyman is one of them. Paul walks down to the ring, gets into the ring, and Gunther looks at him and just powerbombs him out of the ring. Just outside. Gone. 24 comes out. It's Solo. Solo runs down, grabs Braun, says, fuck you, tosses him over the ropes. He stays hanging on. Dominic Mysterio runs over, and Hurricane Run is him outside. Dom is now on like 4 or 5 eliminations, and he's done nothing. He gets back into the ring, and he realizes there is now an irate, pissed off, not happy with him Solo Sikoa, who grabs him, lifts him up. Samoan Spike. Dominic dies. He then turns his attention to Drew McIntyre. Drew tries to claymore him. He moves, grabs him, Samoan Spike. He then turns, and he sees Cody, and he goes, oh, I remember this guy. Spinning Solo, lifts him up, nails him with the nasty fucking spike. He then turns his attention to one Gunta, and they butt heads for a second, as neither of them will fall down. That is until Dominic Mysterio says, this guy sucks, and just low blows the poor Solo Sikoa, who is then promptly kneed in the cock by Gunther, powerbombed, thrown to the ropes, claymored over, hangs on. MJF sneakily comes up behind him, hits him in the balls, and then Dominic drop kicks him, because more eliminations from our boy Dominic. Out comes number 25. Nobody comes out, and people are like, what the fuck is happening here? And then it's revealed to be
What?
And out comes Stone Cold for some reason, and it looks like, why is Stone Cold here? And he walks down to the ring, he steps into the ring, everybody's like, what the fuck is he doing here? He's not supposed to be here. He promptly says, no, go fuck yourself. No, go ahead. And then he just hits everyone with stunners. He just, everyone takes it. Everyone gets a stunner. Why? It's what I want to happen, not what I think will happen. So he nails everyone with stunners. He then turns his head to Dominic. He gives Dom a stunner. Dom does the Rock thing where you don't fall. And then he goes for another one, and Dominic goes, I'm not fucking letting you do that. He turns him around, hoofs him in the cock, and Dominic Mysterio hits a stunner on Steve Austin, who goes out of the ring entirely. The Booker T spot. The big bonk. Why? Cause I said so. 26 comes out. Both members of the AOP are walking up, and Karrion Kross runs out and goes, hey. You're a tag team, right? Yeah. You guys have no reason to be in the main event of Mania. So, I get your spot. Cool. And then Karrion gets back into the ring, where Drew promptly says, fuck you. Claymore and eliminates him again. Because I said so. Gunther then looks at Drew and says he's been standing too long. Bonk. They then turn their attention to Cody Rhodes, and he says he's been standing too long. Bonk. He basically does this to all of the men in the match. He turns his head to poor Randy Orton, who's done fucking nothing. And he says, I got you, Chief. Powerbombs him, sets him up by the ropes, clotheslines him. Orton hangs onto the ropes just barely until poor little Dominic Mysterio runs behind him, nails him with a low blow. Randy falls, hits the ground, is eliminated. Randy turns his head to Dominic and simply says, fuck this guy. RKO on the outside. Dom is dead. Out comes number 27. Sorry, I'm itching too much. Out comes number 27. It's Santino Marella. Santino Marella. He's back for one more Rumble. And he comes down and he says, "This time I'm ready." And he hops in the ring and just immediately takes a clothesline from Gunther. Immediate. Like, make it faster than his already record. Bonk. He's gone. That's it. He's just out of there. Gone forever. Santino says, "I was ready!" And runs to the back. Because you get it. It's long-term storybooking. It's storytelling. You wouldn't understand. You don't get it. You're not... I'm a master booker. You're not. Okay? You're a master baker. I'm a master booker. Just... It's fine. In the ring, it is now Dominic Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, who is barely here, Gunther, who is barely here. Dominic's dying. I didn't bring that up. He's actually dead. Cody's there. Am I missing anyone? I feel like I'm missing somebody. I think I already eliminated MJF. If not, he gets killed. He gets shot in the back of the head by Drew McIntyre. Fun. 28 outcomes, and it looks like Seth Rollins is walking down to get into the ring, and then it's obvious he's not because he's world champion. So the people are like, "What the fuck? What is happening here? What is all this?" And then he says, "My old tag partner's back," and everyone's going like, "Oh my God, Jon Moxley!" And the crowd's saying, "Moxley, Moxley!" You know what I mean? And then out comes Jason Jordan because fuck you. God, Jason Jordan runs down, hops into the ring, starts doing his little dances. But his music never started. What's up with that? What's up with that? He then promptly gets a low blow from Dom, a claymore from Drew, a power bomb from Big Gunther. He then gets chopped like 8 times and eliminated. He didn't actually come in. The real number 28 is... It's the Hurricane. It was a fake out for a fake out. Hurricane runs down and he sees big ass Gunther and big ass Drew and he goozles him. Goozles them both. And he's like, "Yeah, baby, I'm gonna get the double choke slam every day." And he grabs him and he goes to pick him up and he gets a low blow from Dom, who's like, "No, you cheeky bastard." And Dominic just hoofs him over, drop kicks him. Now in the ring, we've got Gunther, we've got Cody, we've got Drew, we've got Dom, and out comes number 29. Sorry. Number 29 is Chad Gable. Gable comes out, he sees everybody, he says, "Fuck you," kicks him, "Fuck you," kicks him, "Fuck you," kicks him, "Fuck you," kicks him. He then gives everybody a suplex. He says, "Fuck you," and he suplexes Drew, and he suplexes Dom, and he suplexes Cody. And then he looks at Gunther, and he says, "Fuck you!" Kicks him in the balls. Gunther turns in pain. Big German suplex. He then stands up, parades around, parades around, parades around, parades around, parades around. And then he realizes everybody's standing. Drew hits him with a claymore. He fucking sells the shit out of it. He then gets up, takes a drop kick, gets up, takes a clothesline, gets up. Gunther says, "Bitch," power bombs him. Up he comes, and Dominic Mysterio says, "Get out of my ring." And now we're at number 30. There's Gunther, Dom, Drew. Gunther, Dom, Drew, Cody. Gunther, Dom, Drew, Cody. There's 4 people in the ring. Number 30, "Can you smell it?" The Rock comes out, but he's dressed in a suit. He says, "I will not be entering this year's Rumble, but I will be advocating for somebody who deserves the main event more than anyone else. And he has my blessing to take the title from Roman Reigns." And The Rock turns. Cult of Personality turns on. CM Punk comes out dressed in the exact gear he left in, from the Rumble he quit the company in. He comes out, hugs Dwayne, hyped up. He runs down to the ring, and he fucking promptly nails everyone with a GTS. He says, Gunther, GTS. Drew, GTS. Cody, GTS. Dom, GTS. Everybody goes down with the GTS. He does the fucking X thing. He then turns his head promptly and realizes one stinky little bastard is already starting to stand, and it's Drew. He picks Drew up, and Drew nails him with a Claymore immediately. He sells the fuck out of it. Dominic Mysterio then nails Drew in the balls and eliminates him. Now Dom has like 8, I think, eliminations, maybe 9. And he gets rid of Drew, and then he turns his head, and Gunther just says, fuck you. Powerbomb. And fucking Dom dies. Gunther then turns his head and takes a Cody cutter, pops up off of it and takes a GTS, stumbles to the ropes, and then Cody and Punk lock hands, holding hands like pretty little women. That they are. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm a pretty little woman. They lock hands and they double clothesline Gunther. And Gunther pops over and he slams. And he just grabs their heads and collides them together. Final boss mode. They back up. He goes to step in. Gets a drop kick from pure Dom. He plops into... He about falls. And then Dom grabs the Intercontinental title. Bashes his fucking skull in. He falls back. Oof. And tosses the title onto him. And turns around into a GTS, which eliminates him. He has 10 eliminations. He's lasted like an hour. And now he takes a GTS and falls out of the ring. Now it's Cody and Punk. They have like a 17-minute, not really. They have like an 8-minute match at the end of the match. And it ends with Cody nailing 1 crossroads, 2 crossroads. Goes for a 3rd. But Punk forces Cody up. Nails him with a GTS that sends him over to the ropes. He goes to clothesline him. Cody reverses it. Punk flops over. He's on the apron. He then forces Cody over. And they're both on the apron. If one of them falls, the other wins. Cody nails him with so many shots that he almost goes down before Punk grabs him, hoists him up, nails him with a GTS. Cody back bump off the apron, bam to the ground. CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble and will now main event one of the 2 nights of WrestleMania against Seth Rollins. Dream match shit. I know. I'm so good at booking. People should pay me. People should give me money because I'm so good at booking. Anyway, I had fun. This one I didn't schedule much for. I should have. In the future, I'll be making more videos like this. In those, I will be trying to figure out the right way to talk. I will be doing more like scheduling for it. So like, I'll figure out who is announced to be in the match. I'll figure out like stuff like that. Dates, times, moves, fucking like the right way to do this sort of thing. A good example would be how Adam would book. That's a good example of the sort of thing I'm going for. Or Murph's, all of his shit. Those are 2 big examples of what I want to do. I just don't have the assets to do that right now. But this has been fun. I appreciate it. I appreciate the 3 views I'm going to get. So I hope you guys have a great time. Great day, great night, whatever. And I will see all you motherfuckers later. I'm going to take a nap.